used to people playing stupid. There's people who sent me friend requests on Facebook years ago offering to help, saying they're gonna. But then they're not really interested, are they? They don't actually care about me. Most of them got a hold of me because they saw something about Natalie on a fucking bullshit channel. So, of course, they say, oh, I'll help. I want to help you. I'm your friend, Sean. No, the fuck you're not. No, you're not. I don't know you from fucking Adam. There are a lot of people who sent me friend requests wanting to pretend like they wanted to help, wanting to pretend like they were good people, wanting to pretend. Just like Sarah Bacon. It only took her 5 years to get off my goddamn Facebook. You know what it took? Showing the truth. That's all it took. With all these people who want to type ignorant shit at me like, I don't know how to help. Well, maybe you should, I don't know, listen. Maybe if you spent less time telling me you don't know how to help and more time listening, you'd know what help I needed. But you don't even know what help I need. You're too busy making excuses because you're a lazy piece of shit. Guaranteed, if this happened to somebody you actually care about, you would actually speak out. Not one of you is so incredibly fucking retarded that you don't know how to speak out. But you play incredibly fucking stupid. Someone calling herself Terra901 just typed hi at me. Hi, Terra901. Welcome to my channel. I'm assuming you're either a troll here for Ted Bollinger, a troll here for one of those Christian groups, or you're somebody who watched a Natalie Bollinger channel and basically have a bunch of ignorance shoved into your head, and you're wanting to know how much is actually ignorant. Well, they lied to all of you, so most of it's ignorance. When it comes to the ones that popped out right when Natalie was killed, they were calling me a 42-year-old. They continued calling me a 42-year-old. I just turned 42 a few days ago. Tara typed, no, I'm actually Tranya Walker. I changed my name. I've followed you for a long time. Well, Tranya, a lot of people, they type at me, they don't know how to help. They don't know how. I need people to look at evidence and speak up. I need people to make phone calls with me so I don't have to do it alone. That's all help. Getting the word out. Does anybody in the world not know how to get the word out? If you speak up, you're getting the word out. If you're telling one person while you're in jail about Sean that you used to hang out with on Pearl Street back in the day, that is not the same as speaking up. That doesn't get the truth to the public who is harming me. And out of these dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of folks that I personally know that pulled that bullshit, of course I'm gonna fucking catch people that I don't know doing it. If you want to help, you make actual effort. You don't fucking ignore somebody for 6 goddamn years and give them a bunch of fucking bullshit excuses that they got to make decisions based on. If you're going to tell me that you're going to help me, and then you're going to tell me that your family was threatened, and then you're going to pretend like I'm a bad person for speaking up, well, fuck you. We ain't friends. You're helping my fucking predators. That ain't very friendly. Nearly all of my friends did that. They wanted to be unhappy that I posted up the reality of the situation. They wanted to be unhappy because I told the truth about them. Well, shit, they had plenty of opportunity to come forward themselves. And that's the thing. I got all these people saying, oh, I want to help you, Sean. I want to help you. I just don't know how. Well, how about you stop making the excuse of you don't know how? Because guaranteed, if this happened to your daughter, you'd fucking know exactly what to do and you would fucking help her do it. But I get it. I got a dick. I'm not related. I'm not a human being to you. You're here for entertainment. People don't actually coordinate with me like they coordinated with my predators. That's right. It was a concerted attack against against my being, against who I am as a human being, against the choices that I have made. No matter what, the truth wasn't going to be shown in court, and not a goddamn one of you is speaking up. I get to see all these Natalie Bollinger channels. Not one of them ever bothered to ask me what was up before slandering my name. And none of you are bothering to get on and show the truth. Once in a while you get on and you argue. Probably when you're drunk. That's not help. That's not sharing the evidence. That's wasting time. And that's the thing, is that I don't want to waste my time sending stuff to people like Mandy Hughes, who isn't going to do shit with it. Or Kayla Trujillo, who's not going to do shit with it. People who are just going to ignore what's going on, tell me about all their personal fucking problems, not listen to a goddamn thing I have to say because they're too busy talking about themselves and giving advice. I don't need your fucking advice. I need your fucking help. I know what help I need. And you know what? Your advice is not the fucking help that I need. Unsolicited advice is not fucking help. Anyway, Terra901 typed, I've been following you since that girl died. Well, her name is Natalie Bollinger. And she was a grown-ass woman. She was an adult when she was killed. Now, I'm still taking abuse every goddamn day. I can't take care of myself, and I am abused because I can't take care of myself, and I can't take care of myself because of the abuse. So it's a fucking catch-22, and you guys just get on here entertained. It's just entertainment to you. So, of course, there's this lady from Australia, right? Swearing up and down she wanted to help. And I'm like, well, all you got to do is speak up. She says, I don't know how to do that. I said, well, here's the thing. One of her other excuses was that she's in Australia, so she can't. And I said, hey, you posted a bunch of stuff up about Johnny Depp. You posted up a bunch of stuff about him. You posted up a whole bunch of stuff about Gabby Petito. You posted up a whole bunch of stuff about Will Smith, and you're in Australia. Yes, you can fucking speak up from there, Jesus Christ. Don't be such a fucking idiot. Now, Australians, they're not known for being idiots. Well, not until recently. When the whole Me Too movement did as much damage in Australia as it did here. Where you can't be a victim if you have a penis. Or you must be the victim if you have a vagina. I don't know how. You don't know how to fucking make a phone call? You don't know how to record? Shit. Most of the stuff that I'm not able to do, it's not that I don't know how. It's that I don't have the means to do so. Meanwhile, most of you are better with electronics than I am, so your bullshit is just bullshit. If you fucking bullshit me and I fucking speak up on YouTube, well, you know exactly how to try to cut me off, don't you? You try to fucking have it destroyed from YouTube, which doesn't work. By the way, I've got over 400 privacy complaints against my YouTube channel, at least. These motherfuckers trying to get evidence that I told the truth and they fucking misled the truth, trying to get it taken off the internet. Well, that's the thing, is that hundreds of people all playing fucking stupid. I know a lot of these people. They're not fucking stupid. They know exactly what they're doing. They're playing fucking head games. Oh, I care, Sean. I'll try to be a better friend. No, you fucking won't. You'll fucking ignore me for 6 goddamn months and then tell me how to think and fucking feel. Jesus goddamn Christ. I need help stopping the abuse. That's what I need. That means I need people to look at the evidence and fucking share it. If there's one of these true crime things that is willing to look at actual evidence from both fucking sides, but there isn't one. There isn't one, because not a goddamn one of you cares enough to fucking speak out. Not a goddamn one of you. Not a goddamn one of you makes any effort to make these calls with me. None of you makes any fucking effort at sharing this goddamn evidence. So why did you send me a fucking friend request if you're not willing to help? That's what it comes down to. It's not that you can't. It's that you don't give a shit enough to actually do so. You are just pretty words. You have no substance to you whatsoever. You're a bullshitter. Now, it wasn't just people from Australia. There's also Canadians. We're supposed to pretend like Canadians are all nice, right? No, there were a lot of fucking shitty Canadians in this situation. Like Cora Bauer. Oh my God, Claire! Good morning.
Good morning. I'm gonna go roll myself a cigarette, but I told you I'd be back tonight.
Yes, ma'am. Is your phone still off? Alright, I don't feel like chasing her or yelling. But Claire, she come by this morning and give me a cigar. She was gonna help me turn some of this stuff in too, but she's got a lot of her own stuff going on. She's also one of them folks from Colorado that's up here. When people say, I don't know how, no, they absolutely know how. They're playing retarded. When you ask them to speak up and they say, I don't know how, every fucking one of you knows how. Don't play fucking stupid. You know how to speak out. You know how to use your mouth. Now, when you're allowing someone to be victimized over something you know is untrue, and you're allowing them to be victimized over it for months and months and months, no, you don't get to play fucking victim when they speak up about it. You say you don't know how. Well, guaranteed, if the things that happened to me happened to your family, you'd fucking figure it out real goddamn quick. That's the difference between people you care about and the people that you're just using. What purpose is there to you remaining on my friends list if you're not my friend? When I ask you to leave, and this is especially prevalent with women, they want to throw a tantrum when I ask them to leave. You're not my friend. You're not helping. You're a troll. You never intended on helping, and your actions show it. And then, of course, you're gonna play victim when I call you out. When I ask you to leave, you're gonna pretend like I'm a horrible person for asking you to leave. That's fucking horse shit. If you're not helping, what the fuck purpose is there in you pretending to be my friend? There ain't no purpose in it whatsoever. Except to fuck with somebody who's got enough problems already. I had people who pretended that they were going to help me, but when it came down to it, not a goddamn one of them ever spoke up. I had to record phone calls with them and post them up on YouTube for God and everybody to hear. Why? Because I don't have anybody who gives a shit to help me to turn this shit in. So after 6 goddamn years, I'm still on here with, let's see, Trania Walker. Trania Walker, are you speaking out? Are you making phone calls with me? Are you helping me with any of this? I don't hate you. I hate what I'm going through, and I hate that nobody fucking cares, but plenty of people pretend to. Well, Terra 901 typed, who do I call? Well, first of all, you call me, and we call these services together. The media, the police in different areas. And of course, they all have these different places that they send you to. Each and every one of them send you somewhere else. It's always someone else's job. That's where it gets real complicated after 6 years of this, is that after 6 years, there's a lot to go through. There's a lot of people who were my friends before Natalie was killed, who claimed they were going to help, claimed they were going to. Well, you know what? Before Natalie was killed, I could have summed up all the abuse that I was enduring. Well, summed it up, not gone through every assault and every threat against my life, but I could have gone through the basics of it in about 30 minutes with anybody who was willing to stop and look. And I tried so hard to get someone to look, but it's just excuses. That's what it's like being a male. You just get excuses. Oh, I can't, I don't know how, I don't know how. I don't know who to call, Sean. Well, guess what? I don't know who to call either. I call everybody. I call everyone. I get gone round and round and round and round and round in circles, calling all the same places over and over and over again, and all by myself. Now, the few times when something was almost done, it's because people actually made the calls with me. Sort of. And see, that's where it gets real complicated. Is that these people needed to speak up themselves and never made the effort. Never even tried. And of course, there's the ones who claim that they tried making a police report about this stuff, claiming that the cops wouldn't do it, claiming that I had to do it by myself. Well, what the fuck? There's a lot of people in Colorado said, hey, Sean, I'll help you. Fucking, if you come here, I'll help. And I went there and they didn't help. They wasted my time. And then, of course, the abuse has been ongoing for years because the things that are recorded with these people on my YouTube channel, these people should have come out with years ago. They should have spoken up years ago instead of playing fucking head games. If I'm getting treated like I'm schizophrenic because you told me that your kids were being fucking threatened and I spoke up, and I'm being treated by law enforcement and by the media like I am some sort of fucking schizophrenic for telling the fucking truth, you are a piece of shit for not backing me up after fucking playing me. And that's exactly what it is. If you're gonna fucking tell me that, you fucking back me up. You back me up in court. Don't fucking play me. And that's the problem, is that when it's a dude, none of you actually give a fuck. We are for playing. Women have been taught in the United States that they are not responsible and are not to be held responsible or accountable. This is not acceptable. Also, a pretty girl on the streets doesn't last long. She's going to get desperate on the streets because you know what? Most of the time, if there's a pretty girl on the streets, it's because she's got a fucking attitudinal problem and thinks every goddamn thing is owed to her because she's got a vagina. Then she gets out there with that shitty attitude. She pisses everybody off. And sure, there's a lot of the dudes that she pissed off that still want to fuck her. And when she gets trashed, they may get their chance. And of course, we push that as an American society, don't we? We're supposed to try to have sex with drunk women. That's American culture in a nutshell. There's a guy who's a comedian and he's happens to have dwarfism, so he's real short. And he was talking about how going to a club is the same as for him as it is for a hot chick. Because he goes in and people look at him and go, I'm going to get that fucked up. And of course, not talking about beating them up, but talking about getting them drunk. They want to see what'll happen. Well, that's all right. Robert Farnsworth is, well, now he's over there yelling at somebody else, thank goodness. But he was just yelling at me and whistling and hooting and hollering, and I figured I ought to start this thing up. As far as Tara asking, do I have Cash App? No, I don't. That's one of the things that I needed help with. Lots of people said if I went there, they'd help me with this stuff. When I got there, they just simply didn't. No, I don't have a Cash App. I don't have any of that. The only way to send me money is West. That's it. There's no other way to do it currently. If I had an address and a fucking credit card, it would be different. But I don't have an address, and as far as the debit card that I have, it's a government debit card, and you can't add money to it. It's stupid. I've tried. Anyway, I ran into Casey this morning. I also ran into this morning, and I am going to help her with her battery. Ah, there it is. I knew it was only a block away. Actually, I'm going to go around the block so that I can... Nope, can't do that either. Apparently she's at the very end of the driveway part. But now I know, and knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. Anyway, I'm super frustrated. Ain't no doubt about that. When it comes to helping people, it only takes a few minutes. Now for me, I'm just happy to be getting further away from Farnsworth. Around here. Apparently a U-turn is legal here, sort of. So, although this isn't really a U-turn, I turned a full section. I'm pretty sure that's still illegal. Other than that, ain't much room in my vehicle, but there's room for a battery. So we're gonna get her battery over there to Casey's van, because Casey's got extra. Now it's fucking right on me. I killed it, Gilbert! That's what I get for taking my foot off the clutch while it's still in gear. that doesn't die on me. Thought about that ahead of time because there ain't much room in here, but all right. Well, thank goodness she is stronger than I am. 'Cause I couldn't carry that battery, and it's not even a big one. I was able to get the battery that's in my car off the shelf. I still needed help with it beyond that. Also, my phone died while I was in the middle of recording, so Tara won't be able to get in touch with me, apparently. And that's one of the things about people messaging me on YouTube. You know, I do invite people to be my friend on Facebook, but only if you're going to help. That's kind of the key thing there. If you're not going to help, there's no purpose in you wasting our time. Now, Claire's got stuff with her vehicle that's under warranty, but apparently there's an issue with the shop that the warranty thing had it towed to. So, yeah, we're trying to get this all figured out. Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. All right. Burning daylight. Rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Rock down to Electric. I wish I could remember the rest of the lyrics to that song. Sure, you go. Yes. And I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Could I maybe ask you to take one of mine in as well?
So we're grabbing these to go check to see if they work.
Yeah, and they charge them up for free.
All right, where's that at?
O'Reilly's. O'Reilly's is. We might have to look up exactly where O'Reilly's is. I cannot picture it here until it's the downside of traveling around so much. You know, I can picture like 500 O'Reilly's, but none of them are the one.
Visual memory. And you're more stuck on visual memory than most because you're in survival mode because you're out here on the streets. So at least on the bright side, you give proper directions. You're able to maintain visual memory of stuff that you've been to and places that you frequent. So although you know where we're supposed to go, you don't have a visual memory where it's at.
I believe it is.
That probably means that any business that's nearby, you were paying attention to that business and not O'Reilly's because you didn't have any purpose at O'Reilly's at the time.
No, I believe I've been to it. It's just, I've been to so many O'Reilly's that they all kind of, O'Reilly's, AutoZones, and Napa's kind of blend together.
Isn't O'Reilly's the one down there by the Fred Meyer's? Right next door to the Sporting Goods?
I think O'Reilly's, no, that one is CarQuest. Oh no, maybe that is O'Reilly's. There's one closer though. There's Park store right over here. I'm gonna ask her if she has any preference on that.
Life is what happens while you're busy making plans. Now fucking Farnsworth keeps staring over here at me. That's fucking creepy. Rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Rock down to Electric Avenue. Yeah, I got that song stuck in my head, but on the bright side, it's only part of that song. And also, being as Farnsworth is so incredibly close, it's a good thing that I have my camera recording already. On the bright side, he walked over to the other side of his vehicle. Fucking sick of his shit, but at least he's not shouting at me right now.
Napa, right?
Go down to Main and take a left, go about 3 blocks to the left and be on my right hand side.
Yeah, but then you gotta do like 6 more loops around town just in case you missed it. I recommend going back way out to Fred Meyer's and then trying again just in case it's down there.
I don't think that's going to work because, see, if I end up going that way, then I might as well go check Portland just to make sure that Portland doesn't have what we're looking for before circling back and going the back way through the mountains up there in Tillamook Forest. And that way we can hook up whatever it is we might possibly get in Portland, not that we'll actually get anything in Portland, and I can test it on the way back here in order to go down there and test it at the battery shop in Napa. And then we can do the circling around town 6 times.
That's very thorough, and it sounds like a solid plan. Every stop sign you gotta get out and do like 3 laps around the ring.
Yes, sir. Now,
Just to ensure like rotation.
the only issue I'm having is figuring out how to tow that behemoth right there in reverse with this thing. Because I'm not going to make that whole trip alone. That'll make my gina hurt. I will bleed so bad out my mangina that we will need an industrial strength box of man palms to remedy the issue. Alright, let's get that foot in the back.
Back?
Yeah.
Come back there.
Oh, shit, that's a low second. Good thing rear tires don't turn. They did.
So I got a high lift and a couple of 2x4s so we can give you a hillbilly lift. A hillbilly,
Four footers back, grab one, I'll grab the other, and we'll consider it a wheelbarrow. Alright, there you go. Oh, got it. Oh, well, I'm not going to call you Sam. That's part of the idea. Alright. Stay fucking slowly, I'll see you shortly. Oh. Holy shit, did you get beat up? Ah. Fine with the eyeliner, just one-sided. Must have put it on last night and slept through it. It happens. Goddamn. That's fucking nasty. Smoking tobacco out of a pipe is gross. Cigars make me sick, but I'm gonna smoke one because they're not making me choke to death. Alright, now I gotta remember the instructions. I have to go 6 laps around town via the Fred Meyer. Alright, we're just gonna take a left and then another left because that'll get us where we're going. Why do all the new Ford Broncos have those handles on the front? That's just weird to me. Alright, we're up to Main Street, taking a left. Oh, that is a cool looking semi. The Oregon Roadrunner, Genic Farms. It's a semi that's converted to a forklift on the back. That's just cool looking. Like a giant forklift. Alright. Tillamook Motors used cars. Tillamook Motors. Let's see. Swap down here. I guess I'm gonna have to turn off the video and actually use the MapQuest. I'd use a regular map, but I just simply don't have one. Tillamook Family Counseling Center. Aw. Sand Creek Dental. Aw. Napa. one I was gonna pull into. Good deeds and all that. All right. What does this mean? I'm still breathing. I ran into a lady whose car broke down. She thinks her battery's dead, so she wanted me to bring it in and see about getting a charge on it.
Okay. You get the battery on you, or?
I do. It's right out in the car. How much is it to charge them?
It's free, just a matter of time. The longer you can give us, the better.
All right. Well, I've got 2 batteries sitting in the back of my car.
Okay.
So should I just bring them both in?
Yeah, let me give you a ball.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Here you be.
Perfect. Open sesame. Now I definitely couldn't carry the batteries across the road. I am gonna try to get them out of my car without breaking them or my foot or my back. See if we can make it happen. There's one for Claire, and then there's one for Casey. All right, let's hope we're smart enough to get this done. Sesame.
Okay. Oh, I was like, probably just throw them all together. What kind of time frame is she looking at? Like I said, the longer the better, but I can obviously put in a quicker charge if you need.
She's been stuck there for a while, so as long as it takes.
Okay.
She said it doesn't even click over now. She's been trying to use it to get it started. She's freezing in her vehicle,
Right,
so
okay.
I'm sure as long as you can put her on for.
Okay. Well, I will try a medium charge, and I guess if you want to come back later today or somebody.
I'll write my name down and her name.
Right next to my computer, or my phone there. So there you go.
Yes, sir.
And just over next to the scanner.
Perfect. Leave that there.
I'll hit them up so it'll charge both at once. So
Perfect.
it'll take a while. But...
I got the piece of paper there. I'm gonna leave now, otherwise I'll wander around your store until I've spent every dollar in my pocket.
Well, that's not a bad thing.
Well, it is when I gotta spend it on gas.
Well, yeah, okay, I'll give you that one. Okay.
Thank you very much. Oh, look, you got a quarter machine. Open sesame. All right. On to our next location. Back to the land down under. Down under the great blue sky, anyway. And of course, I can turn off my audio recording device now. Down to Pacific Avenue. We're almost to 11th. There's my ineptitude that it uses the stick shift. And according to the Tillamook People's Utility District, it is the 25th of October today, which we already knew, I would hope. We'll get back to Miss Claire and Mr. Casey. Perhaps here we can get a congregation of good people together for mutual benefit. That's really what we need. They got it on there. They wanted to know how long to charge it. I explained that you're free. You just ask whether it's not charged, so it's probably as long as possible. So you might. This one right here is recording as well. You see the white dot? The white dot means it's not recording. When it's black, it means that it is. This is only audio. That's why I keep my phone on. Yep. So we're all wising up. It's a lot easier to avoid them complications. People work together and collect evidence. I'm sick of it being their word versus ours. Oh, wow. Oh my God, that thing looks like, it looks like a Geiger counter. It does. Yeah. Your name, Sean David Schwartz. I should show you the audio recording and video recording devices I have in here. I got 2 dash cams.
Yeah, anyway, it is recording with respect to not go back out of this.
I have 3 sets of headphones in here I can't find, and I got my favorite set, but only one of the ear things works.
Oh, you? Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I had a few people getting a hold of me and telling me what happened to Boulder. It's the same thing everywhere, though. I want to hear the sound of my own voice. My favorite hobby is listening to myself talk about myself. I'm not sure which one works. Are you breathing that early is what it said. I don't know what that means, but right. Very good. That's you and me talking.
It sure is.
Absolutely. People treat you like you're crazy if you don't have any evidence, but then when you record the evidence, they treat you like you're crazy because you record. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Sure, what about? Yeah. Matter of fact, I could drive all the way to McDonald's if you want $1 coffee.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Nope, I got my own.
Got your own.
Yes, ma'am. How many cream? How many sugar? Yes, ma'am. We work together or we get nothing. That's the way it is. Yes, I totally parked in the middle of the fucking road to do that. I'm not sure if that's legal either. Although I did stay in my lane. They made up their minds and they started walking. All right, I was recording. I got it up there to the Napa. They're both up there charging, and I'm gonna leave them there as long as possible, if that's all right, because they're dead.
Sounds good, sounds good.
All right, I gotta run down to McDonald's. I'm gonna grab coffee.
Grab a coffee.
Yes, sir. They got $1 coffee there.
Yes, they do.
So I was gonna grab me one and grab her one, and I was gonna see if you wanted one.
I would love one. I was just going over in my head where any of my changes, but I think I spent it all in gas.
Yeah. Life is what happens while we're busy making plans. All right, I'll be back.
You're full of that good shit.
I am.
Was she down there?
She is.
She is. I was gonna start the van up and charge one of my shitty batteries up and take her the nice brand new one so she has some power while she's at her vehicle.
Right. As far as the rest of it goes, oh shit, as long as it doesn't get towed, that's something I worry about with my own vehicle. And her freezing is probably not a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if, in Boulder, whenever we have a frozen dead person, they use it as an excuse to harass all of us. So.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I could only imagine.
Dead hobos are never a good thing. Even if it's the hobos that you wish were off the streets and we're praying to the Almighty we're dead, it still makes it bad for all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate my sick Uncle Rick out there on the streets. But you know what? If he freezes to death, they're going to come and harass you. So you better hope he freezes to death in the mountains in a different county. I do apologize for saying it like it is.
Nothing to apologize for. I'm glad it's refreshing.
I'll be back.
All right. Ash, 10 and 10 in the copy.
Do what?
10 in the copy.
That's what you get?
Yeah.
I get 15 and 15.
Yes!
Right? Were you on Ritalin as a kid? Yes. Yes? That explains it. Ritalin creates a sugar addiction, but also for some odd reason we sugar and sugar and sugar and don't friggin' die. Ah. Is it know your role or slow your roll? I don't think it matters much. All right, we'll take this out. We'll plug it into this here, and we'll get our happy asses on the road. We'll get that young lady her coffee, and then we'll bring our happy asses back here to talk some more smack. Hopefully tomorrow, 11 o'clock in the morning, we'll be able to get something done. For the time being, I am focused on doing something with my evidence, and of course, helping these folks with getting their vehicles up and going and ready. Claire has helped me. And so is this other gentleman, although neither of them in the way that they said that they would. The fact is that, well, they're not afraid of being recorded. So I don't have to worry about them hiding secrets. If you're going to tell me something, it better be something that you're not afraid to tell the police. Because I'll tell the police, and if the police won't listen, well, I'll go to the public. That's something y'all need to get through your thick skulls. These are my loved ones that got fucked with. These are my loved ones who had their lives fucking threatened. My loved ones who had people threatening their children. Yeah, don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with my loved ones. And even if they're pissed off at me, that's fine. Let them be pissed off. That doesn't mean you get to fuck with them. All right. Now that we got that through your tiny little noggins, for those of you who did not understand, and those of you who did, I'm sorry for having to explain it, but there's too many people with tiny little noggins. They got the brains of a slug. Well, brains of a salted slug, I suppose. And we're, of course, getting 3 Mickey D's coffees. That was me missing it. I offered to get him a coffee. He was searching through his pockets and looking in his vehicle for change. I figured since I'm on the way anyway, I might as well. There's a lot of people out here on the streets who are out here for no other reason than they're just nice. They're nice people. They don't like confrontation, they'd rather just leave. Of course, a lot of them, they end up having mental fucking breakdowns. We already know how that ends up. Ain't no good for nobody. Right. We got some big I got my Urkelas and my Urkelos. It always weirded me out that commercial, I think it was a Urkel cereal, but I'm not sure. But the song actually, the south comes from something else. I just forgot what it was, which is sad. Oh, now I remember. Ebony and ivory living together in perfect harmony. No. All right. I'd like. Oh, sorry. All right. I'd like 3 large coffees. One of them with 2 sugars and 2 creamers. One of them with 10 sugars and 10 creamers. And one of them with 15 sugars and 15 creamers. No, sir, that'd be all. Thank you. Perfect. Said they'd be days like this, days like this, Mama said. Mama said there'd be days like this, days like this, my mama said. That's the sound of the man working on a chain. Yeah. That's the sound of working on a chain. Yeah, kick that. He's getting a tattoo, he's getting that done. But instead of a 13, he got a 31. Alright, I'm entertaining myself with songs. Oh, there's a van here from Virginia. It's got a yellowish orange license plate, valid until October, so it's overdue. And it says, "Don't tread on me." Hell, I straight up pissed in their ocean.
Okay, sir?
Do what?
Stick carrier?
Yes, please.
Okay. Alrighty, so this first one right here, this is the one with 2 creams and 2 sugar.
All right.
9 creams and sugar. The last one on itself,
That's mine.
last one with the 16 and 16.
Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Perfect.
Dana.
You guys rock. All right. So the first thing we're gonna do is pull ourselves forward. Readjust it. If I readjust it properly, it won't spill all over me on my way back. So that is our goal for the time being. Take out mine first, and then I'll take out Casey's. Hopefully I did this right. Drink carriers are useful, although I realized after saying yes that I didn't actually have a place to put the drink carrier. So we're going to be spilling a little bit on ourselves, but we'll survive it. Alright. That'll be good to go now. And then of course right over here is my favorite dispensary in the whole town. It's called THC. I don't actually shop there. I do have it open as a possibility of a place to shop, because although I don't really, and I did explain it to them and they're fine with it, with me not wanting to smoke pot. You're not required to in this state by any means, but I explained to them my issue with the fentanyl and some of the other drugs that people are putting in, and folks here seem to understand that, and that I smoke pot socially, and they understand that. So they said if I come in, I got back issues or head issues and I need some medicines, to let them know. They give me a decent price on it. Well, 2 of the people that are there, they're real familiar with autism. Like real familiar, as in like probably should be paid advocates for autistic folks. One of the ladies there, she's just real familiar with well, the system, and she's really useful as far as that goes. I've spoken with her 2 or 3 times. And I don't know, it's not a matter of the pot, like I said. You know, I'm just as fine with talking to them outside as inside. Matter of fact, I'd rather talk to them outside, because I'm not really interested in the pot. Now that's not to say that I don't leave it open as an option, and the reason I do leave it as open as an option at that particular shop is because I know the people there. They are at least somewhat familiar with me. They don't try to pressure me to smoke pot, or they don't approach me in public and ask me how my pot tasted or anything like that. Now, I did get some pot a while back that is still not gone. I was going to say it was like a month ago, but I don't think it was a month ago. But I've had the pot, I just haven't been smoking it. And a lot of that is because the people that I'm speaking with now, you know, I was able to gain their attention, not their trust. That's definitely not the right word to use for it, but I did gain their attention. And, you know, there's the goal at hand, the task at hand that is important. And I believe that Claire does understand the importance of it. I don't know as if Casey understands the importance of it, but he also is having issues with being harassed now. I warn people. I let them know that they'll get harassed. Now for him, he thinks it's because of the situation where he tried to turn in somebody who, well, rightly so. Those conditions are not acceptable for human beings to be living in, let alone children. So he did the right thing. However, you know, Tillamook is a small town, and if somebody's popular, they're popular. If they're in good, have friends with the right people, they have friends with the right people. This is all stuff that, well, as much as you might want the world to be a better place, you got to get off your ass and make it that way. With Claire, I think she has a better understanding because she knows about Boulder. And of course, letting her know that the blues hit Boulder too. I mean, that's my home, folks. That was the only place where I was ever allowed to be me. I mean, sure, I was victimized there, same as everywhere else. But there, at least I had some protection. I had people who knew me. Knew who I am. Of course, after you get a couple of popular junkies and try to pretend like you're some sort of low-life monster, things don't go well. The only chance that you get is to be able to prove your innocence, because in that particular situation, especially if you got a dick, it's guilty until proven innocent. They didn't have to produce any evidence in any of my court dates because they prevented me from going. If they prevent you from going, they automatically win. And that's why they had to coordinate with the police in order to make this happen the way that it did. I'm speaking specifically of the Bollingers. The fact that so many Bollingers took part in protecting Ted Bollinger is fucking gross to me. Whenever people see my vehicle, they always get this surprised ass look on their face. What the fuck is that thing? Alright, is this it? No, it's further left down. This is it. Nope, this ain't it. What the fuck? Did her car move? God, my back is so screwed up. Exactly. Well, that was one of the great things I like about being older. You know, place I was left to me, and I can be on the ones that I was here. Like, well, I had to go to Starbucks. I don't only got one coffee. About that was real smart of me. You know what I liked about Boulder? I was allowed to have black friends. I was allowed to have immigrant friends. I was allowed to have gay friends. And if somebody had a problem with it, well, fuck you. Whereas in Chapel, Nebraska, yeah, they still call me N-word lover. Apparently, it ain't okay to think of black folks as human beings when you're in a town run by the KKK. Need more sugar?
Yeah, there's no sugar in there.
Oh my god, I think I might have given you hers. She's gonna realize that on the last swig. I should probably go warn her before she gets put into a diabetic coma.
Maybe. Maybe.
I got non-fat dry milk. That's the closest I got to creamer. If you need more.
I think I'm gonna go trade her back just so she's, you know, yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, diabetic.
Oh. Yeah, I had to stir mine up. I didn't stir up the other ones. So, yeah, there's that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna stir mine up just a little bit more just to make good and darn tootin' sure. Darn tootin'. Also, I like Claire. She doesn't treat me like I'm only after her goodies. Because, well, bonjour. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And thank you for being kind about it as well.
Yeah, no problem. I think they let you park in that parking lot. There's a few people that stay over there too.
You see the guy in that vehicle right there?
Yeah,
He's got some severe mental problems, and he has threatened myself and several other people already this week. So I'm just trying to avoid him. I usually try parking either down there or down by the Fred Meyers. I just stopped here I picked up the battery for him because his battery was dead and Claire's battery was dead. So I picked them up, took them to Napa. I'll probably park here again a little bit later when I drop them off, or I might just pull up ahead and make him drag it back to his vehicle.
Okay. Yeah, my husband doesn't get home till later, but just to give you a heads up on that.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Mm. Whoa. Alright. If there was one more grain of sugar in there, it'd have spilt all over my crotch. It's a good thing I'm not a waitress. The guy who ordered the carne asada would end up getting, well, something else, I'm sure. What do you mean black beans and rice? I ordered the carne asada. Yeah, but your waiter is an idiot. His name is Sean. Alright, I'm not actually an idiot. But sometimes I fucking wonder. I wonder if she lived there before or after September School. September School is one of those places in Boulder that, well, if your kids are in September School, they're probably either ill-behaved or Daddy can't keep his nasty cock beaters to himself. Usually it's that they're ill-behaved. But not always. And that's the thing with a lot of the homeless out there. We got what's called regulators. Regulators, their job is to regulate. Their job is to run off the kids and run off the child molesters, because both bring problems to our community. Both of them bring the exact same problems to our community. People looking at us like we're all a bunch of fucking child molesters. And not just looking at us like that. I mean, sure, that's part of the getting treated like a child molester. But it's only part of it. There's also the harassing you, the people getting a hold of you at odd hours of the night. And fucking all sorts of nut jobs that you were good to, that you never knew you had any problems with, and magically they all got a fucking beef with you for no goddamn reason. Thanks, Matty Boa, you fucking obnoxious cunt. Some people are confused because I stick up for the rights of homosexuals, but then there's homosexuals that I'm not happy with or about. And they go, well, I thought you liked gay people. Well, you know what? I just like people in general. I think they're stupid. The more you get together, the dumber they get. But as a survivor of sexual molestation and rape as a kid, I could do what a lot of people do, which is blame all homosexuals and try pretending that all homosexuals are child molesters. I could do that, but that ain't the reality of it. For a while there, it was okay to be a positive, loving person in Boulder. But then things changed. And there's a lot of people I had a lot of respect for. A lot of people I thought were good people. A lot of people I spoke up for when they were abused. People like, like David and his daughter. David and Betsy Prowell. When somebody broke into their sandwich shop, it was just a little hole in the wall. And I mean that literally. It was a hole in the wall. That was their sandwich shop. Like the little window that you get your food out of when you go through the McDonald's drive-thru. It was literally one of those. Their whole business fit inside of that window. And that might sound crazy, but if you ask David and Betsy Prowell about their sandwich shop, they can tell you about it. I met them when they lost their sandwich shop. Somebody broke in and took all their money. They couldn't pay their rent and they lost everything and ended up homeless. I spoke up for Betsy and David. They never spoke up for me. We've taught women that they can do whatever the fuck they want to a man. And he is expected to treat her like a pretty fucking princess. Well, Betsy Prowell is a young, pretty white girl. I would not expect her to do anything else. I would hope that her daddy raised her better, but he didn't. My predators had a lot of other victims other than just me. While you treat me like I'm a liar, these other victims you treat like victims. What's the difference? There's a big difference between stalking somebody and trying to get help stopping the violence. Stopping the abuse. But none of you want to focus on any of the shit that I've gone through. You want to ignore that. You want to say shit like, oh, they found Natalie's killer. Are you sure? Are you sure? I'm pretty sure I announced that a day before the police announced it to the fucking news. So yeah, I'm fairly certain that I knew they fucking caught Natalie's killer before any of you did. I got a call on February 8th, I believe, and it was announced on the 9th, or maybe I got the call on the 7th and it was announced on the 8th. The fact that none of you actually give a shit is fucking disgusting.